Hi everyone, so I just filmed a foundation routine for you guys. I go into depth on what products I use, and I just pretty much go from my first step all the way to the last step of what I do on a daily basis. Keep in mind my products do change from time to time, like I like to use different blushes, different bronzers, and sometimes even different foundations. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys what I do on a daily basis for my foundation, so if you want to see how I get this face, just keep watching. Okay, so the first step before I do any foundation at all is moisturizing. So I use this one here. I usually use the Olay one, but I decided to pick up the CVS brand. It's pretty much the same exact thing, except this one was cheaper. So first thing I do is moisturize, and I let it sink in for like 5-10 minutes. So after I let my moisturizer sink in for like 5 to 10 minutes, I go in with a primer or a pore filler. I use this one from Benefit Cosmetics, and it is called the Professional, and it is seriously the best ever. It is kind of pricey, it's like $30 something, but it is so worth it because after I put it on, like, you seriously cannot see your pores at all. So it just gives your face like a very smooth surface, prepping it for foundation. So while I let the Professional kind of sink into my skin, I usually at this time go in with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I depotted it here. And this is in the color Eden, so it has like a skin tone color to it. And I usually put that under my eyes, that way my concealer will not crease throughout the day. I have little tiny like fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes, and I hate it when I put concealer on and then halfway through the day it's like it looks disgusting. So this will help my under eye concealer stay on longer and help it not to crease. I really like this one in Eden because it has a color to it, so it also helps cover up any dark circles. Now that my under eye area is primed, it is time to go in with foundation. Usually I use liquid foundation, and I use one of these three brushes, or I will go ahead and I will use my damp beauty blender, but for today I will use one of these three brushes. This one is from e.l.f. You can get it at Target for $3. This is from Real Techniques. I got it at Ulta for I think $9.99. And this one is an OG brush that I ordered online from another YouTuber. Her name is Bree, and it is the OG brushes. So to apply my foundation today, I'm using my e.l.f. powder brush. I got this from Target for $3, and it is a flat top brush that's super dense and soft, so it's great for liquid foundation. So the foundation that I use differs every single day. I just kind of like a wide variety of foundations depending on what mood I'm in, what kind of coverage I want, and so on and so forth. So what I've been using lately is a mixture between two, just so I can get the color correct. I've been using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation mixed with my EX1 foundation that I ordered online. This foundation is amazing. You guys have got to try it out. It is specially formulated for skin tones that have more of like an olive undertone, so like more like Asian skin tones, and for me, I'm Italian, so I have more of an olive undertone. So this foundation is seriously perfect. There's nothing worse than wearing a foundation and going out in the sun and you look pink. It is not cute. So this ensures that that will not happen. So I usually mix a little of these two together and I apply it on my face. So the way I like to do it is just by using my finger and dotting it all over my face, just so I have an even application. And I usually leave a little bit on my hand for after I'm done if there's any areas that I need to touch up. So I leave a little bit on my hand, and then I go ahead and I take my e.l.f. powder brush and I start buffing that in. Also, don't forget to blend down your neck. That is very important. With the extra foundation that I have on the back of my hand, I like to just dab it on any areas that need a little bit more coverage. I know I had a few acne scars, so. After foundation, I go in with a liquid concealer, and lately my favorite has been the NYX HD concealer, and mine is in the color CW4. And I just take this down under my eyes in a triangle formation. And any extra little acne scars or any little spots that you may have that need a little extra covering. So I begin dabbing it with my finger, and I'm doing it in dabbing formations and not like swiping it because I don't want to take the product away. I want to pat it in. So I will dab that under my eyes just till it's mostly dabbed in. And after it's most of the way dabbed in, I then go over it again with my e.l.f. brush just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. Okay, so after concealer, I then go in with a setting powder just to make sure none of my foundation or concealer moves throughout the day. And I like to use a translucent powder, or I like to use my Ben Nye banana powder. And I know a lot of people only use this for under your eyes, but I like to use this all over my whole face. So I'm going to use my Sigma F30 large powder brush to apply my banana powder. Okay, and the last three steps are bronzer, blush, and highlight. So the bronzer that I've been using lately is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I really love this bronzer because it is matte, there are no shimmers, and it is like a milk chocolate color, which means it's not orange at all. So I have been taking this bronzer with my e.l.f. mini stipple brush, and I just dip it in there like that, tap off any excess, and I don't like to do like crazy contour, but I like to place this color where I would contour. So I start out by drawing kind of a harsh line as to where I would want the contour to be, and then I start blending it upward. You never want to blend your bronzer downward when contouring. So I like to kind of place the color where I want it, on the sides of my temples, up on my forehead. And we will go later and blend that out. So after I place the bronzer where I would like it, I then go in with an e.l.f. stipple brush. This is the regular sized one. It is, as you can see, let me show you. This is the mini stipple, this is the regular stipple, so you can tell this one is way more fluffy. And I get a little bit more product, and I go over exactly where I placed that bronzer to begin with. And this will just make sure that the lines aren't too harsh, and it's nothing crazy, just for an everyday foundation routine. And once again, don't forget to take it on the fluffy brush, not that little mini stipple, and bring it down your neck, just so you don't have a darker face and a super light neck. And my neck never tans, it's really annoying. So I usually have to choose a foundation shade that's lighter just so it will match my neck. So now that I have my bronzer on, it is time to apply blush, and I am applying a NARS blush that I got this palette from Nordstrom Rack, and it's called the Happening palette, and inside has NARS Orgasm blush. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And to apply that, I am using this Up and Up brush I got from Target. It is so soft and I love it, and it was only like $3 or $4. So I am going to dip my brush into that blush and apply it. I like to apply my blush a little bit, not so much the apples of my cheeks, but a little bit back, and then I bring it a little bit forward just so it's not a crazy amount of color right here in the center of my face. Okay, and the last step is a highlighter, and lately I have been using the Mary Luminizer from The Balm Cosmetics with my Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush. So I will just tap a tiny bit, you do not need a lot of this at all, and I will go on the high points of my cheekbones, teeny bit down my nose, and Cupid's bow. Sometimes I bring it up here above my eyebrows. So after I apply highlight, my last step is to apply a setting spray, and this one is by Urban Decay and it's De-Slick. So it is oil control, so it just makes sure you don't get oily throughout the day. And I will just spray that on, let it dry. So that was my current foundation routine. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below and I will try to respond to all of you guys. I think that is it. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
rock my own kick game. 8-figure deal, figure how I'm courtside at the clip game. Still pop ace, king shit, I'm a rose. Black laid back, leather gloves on that OJ. Okay, there you beating me, bitch.